Welcome back to Just an Introvert podcast. I'm Amy,
And I'm Abbie.
and we are continuing with our Who's an Introvert, Who's an Extrovert. We were doing movies, but now we're going to switch it up a little bit. But we'll get into it in a minute and talk about
Mhm.
what direction we're going with that. But anyway, how are you doing, Abbie? I should ask you before we get this started.
Oh, we're great. We are one day post Easter. Amy and I were just talking before we recorded. I was like, bedtime was really rough. Who would have thought that filling my kids with sugar and keeping them up late and running around in the heat would make them have a hard day the next day? Shocker. So that's been my day. But I was off work. Randall was off work, so we were home, which was nice. We got a lot done.
That
But
makes it
yeah, Easter was fun. Easter was busy, but good. All good.
awesome. Awesome.
Kind of that spring coming near the end of the school year, busy, tired, but good.
Yeah.
What about you?
Agreed.
Yeah.
Easter is always every year seems very super crazy, and I think it's just everything that goes along with it this time of year.
Yeah.
Niles is coaching tennis, that gets busy. There's his birthday and Alex's birthday within a week.
Yeah.
Just like end of the school year stuff, and then church stuff.
Hmm.
And in the past, we would always have our spring break connected to Easter, which was nice. We would do all the stuff, and then the week after, we could just decompress. Well, they don't do that anymore. They have switched it to line up more with the colleges that are late March. So it's like we do all of this stuff. We have this family fun day for church, which is super fun. That it's the cool family event. And then our church service, we have tons of music. We have this going on that. Then we have our get-togethers,
Yeah.
and then it's like, okay, now it's time to go to school, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, it's a lot. So
Yeah. It
it's
takes a lot out of you.
exhausting. But I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's like, okay, this one more step towards the
Right.
end. But yeah, the end is just crazy at school. And I'm sure with Randall,
Yes.
just so much that happens that
It's
it's never
already
gonna.
busy, and then all the extra little, like, oh, this party and this end of the school thing
Mhm.
and this field trip and this like testing, and yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, yeah. So but we're making it. We're getting through,
Yes.
and
Almost there.
yep. So
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's start with our icebreaker. So what do you have for
Yes.
us?
Yes. I won't spoil the episode yet, but this ties in. So I had heard someone discussing, like, on TikTok, when you see people post videos like, this is my own personal hell.
Oh, yes.
So
Uh-huh.
so the icebreaker is describe your own personal hell.
Own personal hell. Having to go to like a function, and I don't know if there's going to be like a close friend or not to sit by. Even just showing up without knowing, like, if that person has showed up at the same, like, I'm just so clingy. I'll be texting them, what time are you getting here? Okay, wait for me. I want to walk in with you. So not having that and having to just go in is like so stressful. I
Yep.
absolutely hate it.
Yes, absolutely. But I'm also glad that we're both the same way, because when we go to events, that there's no shame in, like, when you getting here, where you like,
Yes,
we gotta stick in this together. Yeah, totally.
you got to have your
Totally.
person. So yeah, when I don't
Yeah.
have that, and I'm just thinking like maybe school things, or uh, where you just have to go, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, well, who am I going to sit by? I just stress the whole time. Who am I going to talk to? I sound like a kid,
Yep.
but
Yeah.
it's
It's
yeah. So that's my
yeah.
own personal hell.
I for
How about
sure.
you?
I think that would definitely be part of it, but I mine would be, especially in a work environment, when someone's like, "Hey, come chat with me in my office when you get a chance." Is like the most daunting, not just that, but then having to just go about your day with that in the back of your mind. It's just like
Mhm.
you're in this panic mode, but you're just like, okay, I can't go right now. That's happened before, and like stuff that's not a big deal, but you're like, oh my God. And I'm like, okay, if I go right now, that's way too eager and that's weird, but how long do I wait? And I gotta get my stuff done. Yeah, no, I absolutely hate that. That's a,
The worst.
oh, yeah,
The worst.
yeah.
I also hate when someone texts call me. I'm like, people, the Riley has learned that she'll be like, call me, nobody's dead. Everything's fine. And I'm like,
Everything's fine.
okay. Okay. So please, if you're gonna text me, please call me. Please add
Some
that
context.
nothing's wrong, so I don't
Right.
have a panic attack.
Yes. Yeah, Randall and I have like a little secret language of like if either of us are at work and the other one needs something, if it's a text, it's not emergent. If it's a phone call, like answer the phone, something is happening. So it's like
Yeah.
we just know, okay, do not call unless it's an emergency. Because I'm like, if my phone rings at work and it's you, I'm like, what happened to the kids? Like who's dead? Like, yeah, no, it's just immediate panic.
Yeah. Although it's funny, we talk about like the kids and I, Niles, he likes to make phone calls. That's
Yeah.
just his personality. So we know when he's calling, I don't necessarily like panic. And we
Right.
make sure to do more calls with him because we know that's what
Yeah.
he likes.
Yeah.
Within us, we text. But so if you know
Yes.
someone well enough with that, we're like, okay, that, I can do that. But
I
yeah,
was gonna say
anybody
that's
else?
how it is with my mom. Yeah, like
Uh-huh.
we will call each other and that's no big deal. But anyone
Yeah.
else, it's like, oh, what's going on? Yeah,
Yeah.
for
So
sure.
yes,
Oh
definitely,
man.
definitely personal hills.
Yes. Uh,
Okay. All right. So, would you rather?
yes.
So, okay. Would you rather do a TikTok video in Walmart where the self-checkout is, like that big area in the middle? Or would you rather follow someone for like a mile and just randomly honk the whole way?
I feel like I'd rather follow someone and honk, but I live in Stockton, so that might result in my death if I pick the wrong person. But yeah, doing any sort of recording in public, TikToks, oh my, I can't. Like even in my car when I do my videos in my car, I'm like I'm moving my car to the corner of the parking lot. I don't care if it's in the sun or in a horrible spot. Like I'm like I can't. If anyone comes up, I'm just like, I'm like, realistically, just pretend you're on FaceTime. It's like no one's gonna, but I'm like, no one can know I'm doing this. So I don't think I could do, especially in the self-checkout when people are waiting. No, there's no way. I would risk my life and
Risk
honk at a
your
random
life.
person. Oh, what
Fair,
about you?
fair.
Yeah.
I think I would do the TikTok because
Yeah.
I just think that I feel like road rage, everybody has it and like, even if I park or like I pull up next to someone on a light, I'm like, don't look over because they might have a gun and
Yes.
shoot me because
Yes.
I don't I have this like irrational fear. So I think the panic of
Yeah.
that, I would rather do a TikTok.
Yeah.
And then even though embarrassed, maybe like someone would jump in or I could laugh it off like, oh, it's so fun. And then I could get out of there and just like be done.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, that's funny that we both have those maybe not so irrational fears. I get anytime Randall's not like an angry driver, but if he ever is
right.
like, "Come on," or I'm like, "Don't engage with any driver, like you don't know." And he's like, "Seriously?" I'm like, "Yes, you never know what someone's got in their car." Like, but
Okay.
again,
I have a
jump to worst case
story.
scenario. Oh
I don't
no.
know, did I tell you the story or not? So this was years ago. We were doing a road trip with the four of us. And we were going to pass through Las Vegas. We weren't really going to stop, but it was a way for the kids to like see the lights and
Yeah.
whatnot. So we are driving, and it's very just obviously traffic, horrible
Yeah.
traffic. And so we're like in bumper to bumper, and the person behind us like kind of bumps us, like just lightly.
Yeah.
And, Niles was like, and I'm like,
Oh,
oh, but okay, whatever.
right.
They did it again. And then I think it might have happened like the third time. And Niles put the car in park, got out. And now,
Oh
my
no.
husband, this is not
No.
something he would ever do. The minute he got out of that car, I was like, oh my gosh, we're dead. We're gonna die.
And you're
What's
stuck in
happening?
bumper to bumper
Yeah.
traffic. You can't get, oh my God.
And he goes around, and the guys behind us were, I think they were drunk. Not like, I think they were just like, oh, whoops, like kind of like
Yeah.
not intentionally. I mean, they just were not
Oh my gosh.
like it wasn't a
Oh,
violent thing. They just were
right, right.
out of it.
Just
But
unaware.
that minute he got out of the car, it was just so out of character for him. And
Oh,
I literally thought I feared for me and my kids' lives. I'm like, what is
oh
happening?
no. Oh my God.
But I also
That's
have to
crazy.
remember that, I forget about the privilege that men have where they don't walk in fear.
True.
And
True.
I think about all the time how much, how do I walk in parking lots and make sure it's,
Yes.
and guys really can walk and not
Yep.
have that fear. And so I
Yep.
forget.
Yes, I know. I tell Randall about that. I'm like I love AirPods, but I cannot go on a walk with my noise cancellation on unless I have my 120-pound German Shepherd next to me. I'm like, I
Mhm.
just can't. I'm like it's the little things like you said, where are you parking and is there a light? And it like your brain constantly has to be
Oh,
on.
yeah, you're so on. So, yeah, that
Ugh,
just reminded me of that. I
rant.
was
But
like,
yes. Oh my gosh. I
so
hadn't
many
heard
years
that
later,
story.
I
That's
just get nervous
wild.
thinking about it. I'm like, and we're in
Oh,
Vegas. Oh, people are just
right.
anyway. So,
Oh man. Crazy.
oh, okay. Well,
All
now that we're
right.
all stressed out,
Yes.
let's move on to our introvert extrovert characters. So we've been doing movies, and now we're going to move on
Mhm.
to TV show. Well, TV show, maybe more
Yeah.
TV shows.
Yes.
And the one we decided to go with is The Office. We are both
Yes.
Office fans.
Absolutely.
We know the characters pretty well. Like I don't even have to rewatch it
No.
to know because I've just seen it
Yeah.
so many times and
Yep.
everything. So before
Yeah.
we start, how did you initially get into The Office? Do you remember?
I like have a specific memory. I have this with a lot of TV shows that I've gotten into, and I don't know why. I remember it was when I was in high school. I was home, I think I was home from school sick or something, and
Hmm.
it was back when Netflix had just started putting out like back in the day when it was you'd send DVDs to your house, but it was when they started putting
Yeah,
stuff on streaming. Like that was new.
right.
It wasn't like on apps. It literally was on my family computer in my dad's office, like
Oh, how
sitting in front of a
funny.
computer. That was the only way to watch.
Yeah.
And so I feel like my parents had watched it and it was still relatively new because I don't know what year it came out. So this would have been like
Yeah.
2010, 11, 12-ish.
Hmm.
And I was like, oh, I'm going to start watching the show. And I just started it and absolutely loved it. And I must have caught up because then I remember watching it live, like as a family. We'd watch it whenever it came out, Thursdays or whatever.
Right.
So yeah, I remember starting it and just like loving it. And like the big Jim and Pam arc, having all that be brand new. And yeah, that was definitely like, oh, this show is so great. I get that you get why everyone is so into it. And now
Yes.
like it's definitely a good rewatch show, but one of my favorite podcasts is Office Ladies with
Hmm.
Jenna Fisher and Angela Kinsey, and they're
Yeah.
just so even if they weren't on The Office, I could just sit and listen to them talk. They're hilarious. I'm like, I feel like I'm just like a
Yes.
fly on the wall with two best friends talking, and I love it. And that's where
Hmm.
the personal hell idea came from. They were talking about that on one of their recent
Oh,
episodes,
how
and I'm like, that's a
funny.
great icebreaker. I love that.
That's
So,
perfect. Ties right
yeah.
into the show.
Yep, I know. I was like, oh, and we're doing The Office. Perfect. So, yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. What about you?
So I can't remember specifically, but I'm pretty sure I started watching it when it was on, when it aired every
Yeah.
week. And I think I remember just really liking that dry humor, that like fake documentary uh
Yes.
premise. And yeah, I think Niles and I watched it. And I think Parks and Rec obviously came from the same writer and was
Yeah.
came out a little bit after that. And I remember watching that weekly. So I think those were like two
Yeah.
shows that we kept up
I
on.
I want to say they were back to back on the same night. I have a memory
Yes,
of
I think they
finishing.
were.
Oh my gosh, it was a
I'm
really
sure.
sad, emotional episode. It might have been like when Michael was leaving and they end The Office and then they start the cold open for Parks and Rec and it was hilarious. So I just remember we were all like serious and teary-eyed and then all of a sudden we just started cracking up laughing because again my whole family
Mhm.
watched it and I was like, "Oh, that was such a good transition into
Yes,
that
and
show."
it was probably Thursday night 'cause Thursday
Yeah, I
nights
think
always
so.
like the
Yeah.
the TV. But I remember the Jim Pam arc. I just fell in
Oh,
love with them,
yep.
and yeah, yeah, I can't say. I think it was just like, oh, this is a new show. Let's check
Yeah.
this out, type of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I looked it up. It says 2005 is when it
Oh,
started.
wow. I didn't realize it was that long ago. So it's probably
Twen-
it might have been
20
early
years
high school
ago.
then. Wow.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
because they've been talking about the 20th. That's wild.
Yeah, it's insane.
Gosh.
Yeah.
That's
So,
crazy. Yep. But we
okay,
love The
well,
Office.
let's get started.
Do it.
So I sort of, went through, there's so many characters. I was telling Abbie,
Yes. Like
like
where do we stop?
when I was doing main characters, I'm like, oh, there's it, them and them and them. So yeah, so let's, start with Michael because he's the star.
That
So
there's a nice easy softball there.
that's
Think
right.
extrovert just a little
Yeah,
bit.
I'm gonna agree with you on that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
He's
Very much.
so he just wants to be
Yes.
he wants to be noticed, he wants to be a part of everything.
Center of attention and yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
and he doesn't quite have the like social, I don't know what you call it, social like skills or
Awareness.
graces,
Yeah, no.
awareness
Yeah.
to know that he's like kind of annoying, but
Yes.
not kind
Yes.
of very annoying, but
Yes.
he's still just enthusiastic and just, yeah,
Yep.
so definitely extrovert.
Gosh. Yeah. To the max. No question there.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
an
easy one.
easy one to start on.
Easy one. Okay, let's go to Dwight.
I I could see both. I think, and I've heard people kind of analyze his character. I think that it's easy to think of him as an introvert just because of like his kind of like um independence and like he's his own person, but I've also heard the theory that like he's extroverted, but he's potentially like on the autism spectrum somewhere, so he has those like quirks and it kind of shapes that. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I think I so hard to say. I'm trying to think of like specific examples or like how he is in relationships because I could see the introverted things like the like once you find your people and the loyalty and that.
Mhm.
But then there's also, and again, over analyzing a fictional character, but then there's the like he has his interests and he's very open and doesn't care, he doesn't seem to care what other people think. It's just like his
Right.
way. But what I'm curious, what do you think?
I was really torn on this. I put introvert, but I put parentheses, but likes to be in charge. And so, and I
Yes.
can see what you're saying. Like, I just see both. Like, I can see some introvert qualities. Like, he doesn't necessarily. I don't know. Like, he doesn't have to go to the party, but he wants
Right.
to tell you how to do it. So I don't know. Like, it was just really hard.
And he like there's moments of him like wanting to be involved in doing things, but so much of that is him being tied to wanting Michael's approval, which is
True.
so like,
That
I
is
just want to be recognized and it's specific to a certain person because then everyone else he's like, I don't care about any of you. I just want this one person,
right.
to respect me and to have this position. And yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No, I think what you said about like him being on the spectrum, that
Yes.
definitely tracks.
Yep. Oh yeah, I think so. And I looked up, I remember when we did the Myers-Briggs, there was a handful
Uh-huh.
of office characters that they had. So I like wrote down the ones that were on there. So for Dwight, they have him as an extrovert. They have him as an
Okay.
ESTJ.
Okay.
So extroverted. I'm trying to remember all this.
I know. That sounds
Um,
me too.
oh gosh. Um, Judging is the J. I should have
Yeah,
looked this
that's
up
no
better.
surprise.
Because we're ISFJ.
Yeah.
So sensing, extroverted sensing, thinking, judging. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's labeled as the executive, which is like
Okay.
administrators, managers, which that totally tracks. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I could see extrovert because he does like to assert his dominance and make it known, and an introvert wouldn't necessarily
Yeah.
do that or care about that. So yeah,
Right.
maybe
Right.
extrovert. But yeah, that was a hard one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to Jim.
Yes. He's another one that I could see going either way. It's easy to think, oh, he's an extrovert because he's like social and the pranking and all of that, but he's not very like outgoing. And again, he does those things to like impress Pam and make her laugh. And like he has in the same way that Dwight is people pleasing, but specific to Michael, it's like Jim is playful, but only for certain people's attention. So,
Yeah.
yeah, mm, I want to land more introvert, I think, because I think he does like in his personal life kind of keeps to himself and he's not like everywhere and doing everything. Like he just kind of ends up in situations again based on, wanting to be around Pam or whatever those specific things are. It's not
Yeah.
like a across the board. But what are your thoughts?
I think introvert,
Yeah.
even though I agree there, he, would do the pranks and
Yeah.
he would do those kinds of things, but I think you're right. It was just kind of to kind of reach out to Pam and get
Yes.
noticed.
Yes.
One thing when I thought introvert, I thought about like when they had was a Yankee swap that
Uh-huh.
give to kids.
Yes.
And was that the one with the teapot?
The teapot.
And the
Mm-hmm.
fact that it got past someone else and it could have been read, like the fear and
Yes, the
panic,
panic.
like that's such an introvert thing. Like,
Yep.
just like, oh my gosh, I'm so like,
Oh, that would be a nightmare. Oh, that would be so stressful. Yeah,
yeah. So that I thought, yeah,
totally.
I think introvert for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm remembering too the later on, it's when they have kids, or at least one of their kids, when they're doing the Halloween episode, and
Uh-huh.
Pam's all excited about this, dressing up with the kid, and he's just like, I'm not into it, not into it. And then he comes around, he's like, okay, I'll dress up and do this goofy thing for you guys because it makes you happy. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And side note on Jim, I've always thought your brother John reminded me of him so much.
yeah,
Mannerisms,
yeah.
um, just facial expressions, just
Just the humor and
sarcasm,
yeah,
humor,
yep,
like dead on. So,
totally. I could see that. Yeah.
so
Oh
okay.
man.
And then, naturally moving from Jim, I have to go to Pam.
Pam, yes. I think introvert. I think she's very like and again I get to hear so much specifically from the actress that plays her, about like
Yeah.
her process, and she's openly said, okay, she's an introvert. But yeah, I think one of the big things that I notice that I see in myself is like for the most part, she's pretty like shy and timid and lets things happen, isn't really going to speak up. But then there's moments where it's like, no, this is something important to me. I'm going to put my foot down and decide to like only do that when I need to. Um, yeah, so I think she is.
Yeah, I agree. I think
Yeah.
she's an introvert. And I thought of the example of when she had the art show and she was,
Yes.
so hurt inside that nobody came, but Michael
Yep.
did. And I just think about the loyalty that she
Yep.
just really, that it just treasured that he, and even though
Yes.
he's just like, yeah, of course I'll come. And like he didn't really think,
Yeah.
he was just kind
Yeah.
of, and then that just how much that meant to her. And like, I remember
Yes.
tearing up when they
Oh,
hugged.
totally. That's such a like sweet moment. Yeah.
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 So
Absolutely.
yeah,
And
I think,
I think I can't remember. I'm pretty sure she's on the list of characters that has the same Myers-Briggs type as us.
oh, nice. I
Which
could see
again, I'm like,
that.
I really see that. I see
Oh, for
those
sure.
similarities. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. How
Cool.
about Angela?
Angela's an introvert.
Yeah.
She's so I love like as much as I love Jim and Pam, I think Angela and Dwight are like my true favorite couple. Like that's
I
oh my
like them too.
gosh, they're crazy matches each other, and it's just so wonderful. And yeah, no, she's very much like introverted and does her own thing and does not care about anyone else's like I'm in my
100%.
space. I you if and very like type A as well. And like this is how I'm gonna do things. And I couldn't imagine, well, I can't imagine. I've had some coworkers where you're just like, everything you do drives me nuts. That dynamic of her, Kevin, and Oscar, like that's just so three very different people, but
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
her
she's
like, yep, holding it
100%
together. Oh yeah.
introvert. Like you said, and exactly like you said, she doesn't care
No.
that this person's offended. No, no.
Nope.
This is how I feel. And this is
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
Which is funny because the Angela who plays her is
Yes.
an extrovert and completely opposite.
Yes. Yes. Oh, it's so funny. It's like couldn't be. I feel like Jenna and Pam have similarities, but Angela and Angela are like completely opposite. Absolutely.
For
Yeah.
sure. That's so
Yeah.
funny. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay. What about Kevin?
I think Kevin's an extrovert. I think he's like, but they also play him so dumb. But then there's all the fan theories that he's actually a genius and this is just like how he hides it and he's like laundering money from the company and all this crazy stuff. But um yeah, I think he's seeks approval and wants to like go and do things. Like he's not very introspective or anything like that. He's just kind of like out and about doing his thing. But what do you think?
I agree. I put extrovert and then I put parentheses awkward.
Yes.
Like he's
Yes.
just socially
Yes.
kind of misses a lot of cues too, but
Yep.
he definitely likes to he seems like he's game to, do whatever.
Like thinks and acts and speaks before he thinks. Like he's like, sure,
Yes.
yeah, whatever. It's like, nope, you are not even
Yeah.
not even on the same page. Yeah. Great comedic
Uh,
relief though.
oh my
He's
God.
fantastic.
I think my favorite scene of his is when he's with who was the gal who played, what's her name? Holly, the
Yeah.
one Michael, okay. And
Yes.
everybody told Holly that he was slow and he was
Oh
like
my God.
program.
He thinks that Holly's into him. Oh
Yeah,
yes,
and
that was
at the vending machine when he can't get the coins in or something, she's like, "Oh, see me
that's
up. This is a button."
button. And he just thinks she's giving him all the
Yes.
attention.
Yeah, I was.
That and the chili episode, that
Oh,
like just but like as funny as it is, I like that's one of the cringier moments for me of just like, oh
mhm.
my gosh, I'm like, I can't even imagine like I would be so sad like you work so hard on something and then like, oh no, don't scoop it up off the floor. Like, oh my God, like that whole like, oh,
Well,
I
and just
just
hearing the
can't.
behind the scenes, I'm sure you heard the Office ladies have to just
Yes.
that whole
Crazy.
episode. And well, it could have been that, but he also has a podcast where they talk about behind. So it could, I forget which one, but
Yeah,
just
I know they
hearing
talked about office
what
ladies,
went
but yeah.
into doing that
Yeah.
whole thing, and like you hope you get it in a take because that
Yes.
to clean
And
up and
even
try to
things
redo
like,
it.
because they had to keep laying down carpet so they
Yes.
could pull the carpet. And then they were talking about the weight of, because if you had that big of a thing of chili, it would be huge.
Uh-huh.
But they're also like, we're not actually going to fill this all the way, we'll do part of it because that's
Yes.
going to be too much. And the
Right.
amount of things that go into like one small cold open, but then it became iconic. So it was like
Yes.
well worth it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I
Yes.
agree on that.
Yeah.
Okay, what about Oscar?
I think introvert.
Yeah.
I think he is like obviously very intellectual, and I think I love him and Angela's friendship that like happens.
Yes.
That was so great. They're both in very different ends of the spectrum, but kind of similarly like I don't care what anyone thinks, and this is how it is. I think he's a little bit more socially adept than Angela, but he's
Yeah.
still just like he's on his own track, I guess. Like he's just like,
Yes.
nope, I'm not gonna let that. Yeah.
You said introvert, right, for
Yeah,
Oscar?
yeah,
Yeah, that's the same. I feel the
yeah.
same. And I agree. I like him and his and Angela's relationship, and it made me think of when the senator came in the picture. That whole storyline cracked me up. Niles was like, "Don't forget the senator." I'm like,
This
but
the
just
senator.
the fact that oh, that was so funny.
Yes, and that they like, but then it becomes so like sweet and endearing, and they pull that
Yes.
into it's like then it's like
Yeah.
they're each other's people in the end, and I love that. But yeah, the two of them and their like the bickering and I also, oh gosh, who was it? It was Pam and Angela and Oscar when they have that cold open where they both have kids and Oscar's got the dog, and so then they all are on different, like,
Yes.
hey, I can't believe he thinks a dog is the same. Oh, just wait till you have two. And it like that whole back and forth was so great. Oh, just like the overlap Venn diagram of different people
Yes.
and then they all hated on Andy because he pulled out a picture of his boat and was like,
Oh, Andy.
oh,
I think my one of my favorite scenes between them was when he didn't like the poster of the kids play, and then it ended up he wore a t-shirt. They said they compromised, like you wear just a t-shirt and you have to look at it, but Angela can see it.
oh, that
So
was hilarious.
good.
That was a good
So
one.
good. Well, my next person on the list was Andy, and we just finished
Perfect.
Andy. So I
Oh,
mean,
extrovert. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh
that was
man,
easy.
like I think, they're all such extremes that the reality in real life, they'd probably all drive you crazy. But I'm like, oh,
Right.
Andy would. I hit a point where I was like, he is the worst for me. Like his like tank character towards the last couple seasons, I'm like, I can't stand him. But just his like over the top, I'm like,
Mhm.
he would drive me insane in real life. I would be headed the
Yes.
opposite direction. Yeah.
Yeah, same. He's so like, and especially when he's trying to, be friends with Michael, and then Dwight sees him as
Oh,
a
as a threat.
threat, and just them competing for attention just
Yes.
was a whole
Yes.
nother layer.
Gosh.
It cracked me up.
Oh man.
Oh, okay. So let's see. How about Kelly?
Oh, yeah, extrovert.
Yes,
Miss
extrovert.
Bubbly. She's hilarious though. Like,
So funny.
yeah, I just loved. She just added this extra layer of just. again, so many people in their own world, but they just bring them all together. And yeah. And
Yes,
then all of
yes.
her drama with Ryan, that was always such a like one thing after another. And but also her ability to just like jump in a social situation. I remember when in the later seasons when Aaron and Andy had dated, they broke up. Now Andy brought his new girlfriend and
Yes.
she was like, "Tell me if you want to." And Aaron's like, "No, I'm not going to." And then she decides, "No, like do it." And she just walks Kelly walks straight into a conversation and she's like, "Jessica, did you just fart?"
Yes.
And they all just stare like no hesitation is like, "I got this."
She's like, yeah, I remember I thought about using that audio for doing a TikTok
Yeah.
because she's like, hey, do you want me to do such and such? And um Aaron's like, oh, it's okay. And Kelly's like, oh, I'm already gonna do it, or I've already planned or something.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so Kelly, now Ryan, because I pair them together.
Uh,
What do you think
I
about him?
I don't know. I think he's such a, I really just dislike him as a, he just drives me nuts too. I'm
A
like,
douchebag is what he is.
yes. I'm like, no, nothing you do. There's no redeeming. You are just so annoying.
Uh,
Um, I don't know, but as far as introvert, extrovert, trying to think, because I feel like he's so in and out. He's not there as often.
yeah.
Um, hmm, oh goodness. What are your thoughts? I'm like, I'm stumped on that one.
Well, yeah, I had a hard time. I mean, I put introvert, but I just did that because like he just doesn't, I don't know, kind of lacks he doesn't really care about anybody. And I'm not saying
Yes.
introverts don't care about people, but he can turn it on when he needs to, but he's
Yeah.
only after something.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like,
Yeah.
but he's a hard one. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just a slime ball. Like he's just
He
such
is.
a sleaze, not sleazy, but snake oil salesman type of
Yes,
person. Like he's
totally.
just out
Yeah.
to, he's a
Yeah.
narcissist. I don't know.
Yes. Agree. No, he's just
But he was a great character because he would hit his highs and then he'd hit his lows, and
yes.
it was just funny to watch his just ups
And
and downs.
him and Pam going back and forth multiple times was always great. I'm like, I felt that because she would be chilling and then all of a sudden she's just like, no. Like when she makes comment about like, oh, this place's breadsticks are like crack. And he's like, sasses her about, like you've ever tried crack. Okay, then what is it, Ryan? What can I compare it to? What am I allowed to say? Like that, like snap.
Yes.
I'm like, I could see myself doing that with someone like Ryan. Just like, okay, I'm sick of it. Like,
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
uh,
I just think it's so funny that he started as this kind of nobody temp and then he moves
yeah,
up into the corporate and then he has the whole drug thing and then he's just
yes,
like at a
crashes,
bowling
bowling
alley.
alley
He's just, and then he starts wearing,
everywhere.
didn't he start wearing like a fedora at one point
Oh, he had
or
so many.
something?
Just he had like the
I,
frosted tips for a
yeah, the
minute. Like,
prostitute.
yes. Oh, went through all sorts
So
of, yeah.
he was definitely entertaining for sure. But
Yes.
yeah, he was
Yes.
hard for me to figure out.
Yeah.
How about Meredith?
Oh, bless her heart. I love Meredith though. I'm like,
I
the
do
more I
too.
watch it, the more I'm like, Meredith and Creed make the show for me. They're just so funny. It's easy to say extrovert because she's just like, she, in again, in a different way than like Angela and Oscar, like does not care about any, like there is no shame, there is no embarrassment. Like she
Yeah.
just lets it all hang out quite literally and could care less. So I see that as more extroverted than, there's no anxiety or embarrassment. It's just like it is what it is.
Yeah. When she at the last episode when her son was the stripper
Just
and she's like, "Here, let me show you, honey." I'm like, "Okay."
oh yeah, she's
Oh,
she's
super funny.
oh yeah.
Okay, let's see. How about Stanley?
Ooh. I feel like Stanley's one of us. I think he's an introvert. I think he just does what he's got to do to get by at work and that's it. But also there's vacation Stanley.
Yeah,
Randall just chimed in like he's a part
I
of the
heard that.
podcast.
Yes.
I hope
No.
that makes it in.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Like which I feel like can be an introvert thing though. Like
Mhm.
when you're doing the day-to-day mundane, but then you're in, like, I feel like I've commented about drunk Abbie as a whole different person. That's something else. But like when you're chilling on vacation and you're in your zone, like you're comfortable, you're doing all these things that you wouldn't typically. So I do think introvert.
I do too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can relate to him in the sense that you just kind of don't get very excited about, the things you have to do, but then things like pretzels and cake
Yeah,
get you excited. Like the way he was on pretzel day, 100% would be me. I would be
yeah,
like so pumped
totally.
and be a
Yeah.
different person.
Yes. And I feel like he does not get involved and doesn't care about other people, but he's got that like sweet relationship with Phyllis where like deep down they care about each other and it's like kind of subtle and they don't make a big deal out of it. But yeah,
Yes, yes.
yeah,
I agree. I agree.
yes.
Okay, how about Creed?
Oh, I love Creed so much.
I do too.
He just cracks me up. And he and Angela in real life are neighbors and like best friends and
Hmm.
it's so cute. I love it so much.
I do too.
Um he oh, he's so off the wall that I don't even know. Because we don't see a lot of like serious interactions. It's all just weird, random. Maybe extrovert because he does talk about his history of like maybe potentially like what leading a cult at some point, and I feel like you got to have some extroversion for that. But yeah,
I
just his
agree.
like the many lives that he's lived, and yeah,
So like I think of him as also like a snake oil salesman, but like in a nice way. You know what I'm
yes,
saying? Instead of
yes,
Ryan, he's not like a douchebag about it,
yes.
but he's
He doesn't do it for his own. He's
right.
just there for what is it? He's there for a good time, not for a long time.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
yeah,
That 100%
yeah,
sums up Creed. He
yep.
just, yeah, yeah. Good time. Good time, Creed.
Oh, love him.
Let's see. How about Daryl?
I I feel like Daryl's an introvert.
Yeah,
I
that's what
think
I put that too.
yeah. Like I especially there was a whole storyline with him like wanting a promotion or credit for something and he like spent the whole episode building up to like okay I'm gonna ask for this thing and even though he knows he deserves it and yeah
Yeah.
and being stuck just under terrible management just
Yes.
losing his mind but
And he
yeah
has some of the funniest like uh,
just
comments
one-liners
and
yeah
yes, one-liners.
yeah
And he's
yeah
actually
he's
a really good musician in
mm,
like real life.
yeah
Like when he's playing the keyboard and stuff, of course that's
yep
him, but like he went to school with do you know who Sean Hayes is?
yeah yeah yeah
So Sean
yeah
Hayes is also like
wow
a concert pianist,
oh
and they
I
both
didn't know
like
that
went to music school
huh
together and are
that's
super
cool
accomplished musicians. So it's kind of cool to
yeah yeah
hear about
that's
that.
cool
But
that's
yeah,
so
so
cool yeah
agreed with Daryl. How about
yes.
Toby?
Oh God, poor Toby. I think he's an introvert. I think he
Right,
just
same.
is happy sitting in his corner and I'm like they hate him because Michael hates him, but I'm like I feel myself relating to Toby, especially as I get older. I'm just like, I feel you, buddy. Like, oh man, if I had a crush on someone who was, married and I made a physical move, I would probably leave the country as well.
Yes,
So
yes, he's
like,
definitely like,
I'm going to Costa Rica tomorrow. Okay.
yes, I'm literally gonna make that happen because I'm so embarrassed. And
Yeah.
just him sitting in some of those trainings and them just getting so out of control and ridiculous, and he's back there like, yeah, I don't think that's the
Uh,
way we do. Just his little like trying to say, but
or
just
when he leaves, I'll just leave. I'll excuse
yes,
myself. Like,
he just knows when he's like, nah, I just not
yep,
gonna make a
yep,
difference. So yeah, for
yes.
sure.
Oh,
Um, well, that has brought me down to the end of my list. And I know
yes,
Abbie and I talked about leaving one character out, like we
yes,
did last time. And we'll talk a
yep,
little more about the Star Wars one after we're done
yep,
with this.
yep.
But Abbie, which character are we going to let our fans decide on or take a poll on?
Yes, it's gonna be Phyllis.
Yes, Phyllis.
Phyllis.
That's a good one.
Yeah, and she like her story is crazy because she was like an assistant to the casting director. She wasn't an actor. She
Mhm.
was like in some of the videos of auditions, she's the one doing lines with them. And then they just needed, I can't remember how it came about, but then they're just like, yep, and then she just became Phyllis. And it just like was so cool to see that just kind of like or hear about that just happen. I think that's the coolest story. So
I love, yeah, I love how she got on the show because it was
yeah.
like she was assistant to, I think, Allison Jones. She's
Yeah.
like a big time casting director.
Yeah.
And yeah, then she was a burlesque dancer when she was younger.
Yes. And like a
So like when you
cheerleader or something
see
too.
her
Yeah.
doing a little of the dancing, dancing around, you're like, okay, she has moves. She
Yes.
knows what she's doing.
She
So
does.
yeah,
She
it's
in real
fun.
life, like Creed, has lived 100 lives.
Yes.
So cool though.
Yes. So yeah, so
Yeah.
we will put on our
Yes. Let us
story
know.
a poll and tell us, introvert or extrovert, what do you think
Yep.
about Phyllis?
Yep.
So is there anybody else that I mean, I know there's a million characters, but those were the
There
ones that just
are.
stood out
Yeah, I feel like those are the
for
core
me.
because I'm like, once we start with the other ones, it will just unravel
Yeah.
into
And some of
never
the
ending.
later ones in the later episodes, I'm not as familiar with because
Yeah.
I don't think I watched, like once Michael was gone, I didn't watch those quite as much as with Michael in it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
not quite
I
as
will
familiar.
say, I don't know about introvert, extrovert, but every time I see scenes with Erin, all I think of is she is the real life Amelia Bedelia.
Yes.
Like the stuff she does, like I love when someone was like, "Oh, do you want anything cold to drink?" "Yeah, I'll have coffee." She brings them like cold drip coffee, and they're like, "What?" And she's like, "Well, I asked you if you want anything cold that I brought." I like those things. I'm like, that is all I picture. It
She's
cracks me
very
up.
literal. And
Oh,
did I forget her on my list? I didn't mean to, but
oh
did we
yeah,
talk about her?
we
I
did
mean,
not know.
I think I'm gonna say extrovert on
Yeah,
her.
I think so. Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, she's definitely takes everything literally, just like Amelia,
yes.
but that's a
Just
perfect
trying so
like
hard. Yeah. Oh yeah.
comparison. So
Yes.
yeah. Okay, maybe one other person because she just cracks me up too is Jan. What do you
Oh
think,
my God.
Jan?
I think extrovert. She's so assertive and so like she's crazy and annoying, but like at her core, I'm like, that girl gets it done as a woman in business. She
She
takes nothing
does.
from anybody. I love
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Oh man, the dinner party episode, her with her candles and then dancing
Yes.
to
The
her
music.
hunters, her assistant hunter. I mean, the whole thing was just
Oh, that episode is
so
so
chaotic, and
great.
I couldn't get enough of it.
That was in the Office Ladies episode where they're talking about their personal hell. I can't remember which one, but I think it was Jenna was saying it being in that in real life would be her own personal hell. And I'm like, as an
Uh-huh.
introvert,
Oh,
absolutely.
oh,
Like,
oh,
hey, we showed
100%.
up, we haven't even started cooking, the couple is fighting, and it like just nope,
Oh, it would be
get
so
me out of
different.
here.
That,
Yeah,
yeah, no, honestly, that would be my personal hell
it'd
too,
be
is just being
terrible.
stuck in the
Uh,
uncomfortableness of that. But it sure
yes.
made for a great episode. And I
Oh,
loved
yes.
watching the bloopers and how it takes on that, how
Oh my
could
God, it
hardly
was
get
so
through.
good. Yeah. I don't know how they made that an episode that I just, oh, it was so funny.
So good. So
Yes.
yeah.
Nice. Very cool.
So yeah, well, that is our talk on The Office.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, if you have any thoughts or opinions
Yep.
on our thoughts and opinions, let us
Yes.
know. We love to hear from
Yes.
you guys.
We do.
You can message us on Instagram. I would say Twitter. I'm like never on Twitter. So
Me
uh,
neither.
email, but yeah, Instagram's probably the best
Yeah.
way
Yeah.
to get reach out to us. So
Yes,
hey, should we
yes.
talk about our last poll? Star
Yes.
Wars
We
character.
shall. We
Okay.
shall.
So we did Chewbacca and
Yes.
we had a couple votes. And
Literally a couple.
everybody, yeah, right. And everybody who voted is named Amy, including me, who accidentally voted. I didn't mean to click on it, but I went, whoops, well, I guess I'm the first vote.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
So
that was funny.
we had one vote for introvert. I'm not counting me. So one vote for introvert, one vote for extrovert.
Yeah. Split.
So what did you think? What do you think about Chewbacca?
I mm, I think I would land an extrovert just be more so again, we talked about it's hard to non-human characters. It's, a little bit
Yes,
less cut and dry and straightforward, but
right.
I think again because of what they show of like the Wookiees and like their
Mhm.
community and like, him and like his family and all that, I think I would land extrovert.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But he does have that loyalty and it's just the two. It's just like him and Han.
Yeah,
But I do think like at the core of that because whenever they interact with new people, I feel like you see whenever they bring someone into their crew or their ship, they interact a lot more with Chewbacca than Han. I
yeah,
don't know. Yeah. What do you think?
yeah. I don't. I'm. I'm torn because I can see that, but I also think about like, when the droids are playing them, they're like, don't mess with him. Like if he loses, it's,
Yeah.
you get your arm ripped off. And then I think about him, and C3PO just drove him nuts. But then when C3PO was in, all split up, he went and saved him
Yes.
and was sad.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, I
Yeah.
seen that
Yeah.
side of him. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's hard. I can
Yeah.
see both of him, but
Yeah.
lovable character. Love
For
Chewbacca.
sure. For sure.
All right.
Yep.
So, yeah, and then next time we'll probably do another show. This was
Yeah.
fun. We'll talk
Yeah.
about it and be back with that. But yeah, let's
Yes.
move on to awkward moments.
Yes.
So, what awkward moments?
Okay, mine happened today, and it wasn't a public awkward moment. It was just an oh my gosh. So I was mopping the kitchen floor, and I have one of those, I don't know, the Bona, like it's the refillable spray bottle that's attached, and you just like it's the washable little rags.
Mhm.
So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do that real quick. And I get almost to the end of my kitchen, and I'm like, this is so like streaky and weird. I don't know what this like. It's just I had just refilled the little bottle, so I'm like, maybe it's just not quite. I get to the almost the end of my kitchen, and I realized instead of like the little pad that you put on it like Velcro's on, I had it
Yeah.
upside down. So
Oh
I
no.
had the non like scrub side. I'm like, well, this is why. I'm like, it's not at all supposed to be
Funny.
cleaning my floor. And I was just like, because I'm like, it's a dumb little thing, but all day I'm like, I just need to do it real quick. It's gonna take me like 3 minutes. And then I finally was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. And I'm like, and I did it completely wrong. So I was
And
like,
uh
starting from zero. But yeah, that was mine. What about you?
so mine's going to be just a classic one that I think we've all been through, and I honestly don't even remember the exact where I was. It might have been school. I don't know. Excuse me. But it's the classic one where someone's waving and you're like, oh, hi. I don't know who you are. And then you just realize halfway through that they are not
Not
waving at
you.
you.
Yep.
And then you have to act like
You're just doing something
you
else.
don't know what to do. You either like, it's your face, or you're like, oh, it's not me. And then you over exaggerate and then
Yes. Yeah,
so
no, there's
yeah,
it's like a lose-lose. It's like
yeah,
how do you respond to that in a way that's it's like you just gotta move on, move
yeah.
past
And,
it.
and no matter how you're feeling, like if you're having a good day or whatever, it just knocks you down a few
Like,
pegs.
and we're done. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Not cool anymore. So yeah.
Yep. Yep, for
So yeah,
sure.
those happen on occasion and they just, yeah, remind you how.
Yeah, just needed a little bit of humbling. You're like,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Oh my gosh.
all right. So what
Okay, mine is kind
recommendations
of
do you have?
a niche random one, but I am recommending the dentist that we go to. So
Oh,
it's Low Family Dental. It's in
okay.
Lodi, so it's like a city away from us, but
Huh?
it's worth the 20-30 minute drive. We randomly discovered them like when Randall and I got married, we were on our own insurance. We're like, okay, let's find a dentist, and we just found them. So it's a husband and wife, and I think his dad used to work, but I think he's retired. And it has been the best dentist experience. Like they're great at what they do, but it's just so fun. As someone who, like, again, that kind of stuff as an introvert, I'm like, get in, get it done. Oh, we always talk about what TV shows we're watching, and they had a baby like a year and a half ago, so they were asking us about like parenting of it. It's just so
Oh,
fun. And
cool.
the biggest thing is they are so good with the kids. I
Oh,
don't
that's
remember like as a kid when you started to go to the dentist and how, those experiences were, but they had the kids come in as early, basically whenever they got teeth. So as early as 6 months,
mhm.
do the every 6 month checkup and would like, okay, just sit in the chair and hold the little mirror and like just
Yeah.
get familiar, get used to it. So there's no like anxiety behind it. Now, the last time we went, Jane, who's 5, went right in. She sat down, she's chatting with, and Jane can definitely be very shy and like,
Mhm.
withdrawn. Oh no, she's talking it up and she's totally like loves going to the dentist. Absolutely loves it. So
That's
it's
awesome.
huge. And even Owen, who's been a couple of times now, he's 2. He's good. He sat, he let him do the whole cleaning and like didn't even This was the first time that he was just like, okay, whatever. But I really appreciate they take the time, they kind of build up. Again, when like the first time it's literally like, okay, let's just show me your teeth and you can play with the little mirror and the little suction and cool, we call it a day. Like
That's perfect
they,
way to
yeah,
introduce it to him. And so
yeah,
that then by the time they are starting to use those things, like, oh, I'm
yep,
familiar with this and this
yep.
and that's
And
very
this
cool.
last time we so the kids had a scheduled cleaning and a week before Owen and Jane got into a little tussle, and Owen smacked Jane in the mouth with a toy, and one of her teeth was completely crooked.
Oh
So
no.
that was fun. I was like kind of panicking, so I called, and they were able to get us in the next day. And I thought for sure they were gonna have to pull it. They thankfully didn't because it wasn't
Yeah.
a full. She's explaining. I'm like, usually medical stuff. I'm like, okay, I know what you're talking about, but I'm like, I
Yeah.
know nothing about dentistry, so I'm sitting there like, sure, yeah, whatever. But moral of the story, they didn't have to pull it, but. I had
Good.
to like prep Jane just in case, and she was like, okay, like it, like she wasn't like freaking out or not wanting to go. So I'm like that. I felt like just goes to show how much intentionality behind them making the kids comfortable, which I appreciate. So yeah,
That's awesome.
yep,
Very cool.
yes,
I had a hard time thinking of something, but just because right now I can hardly read a page of a
yeah,
book.
yeah,
I can barely get through watching anything. I don't
yep.
know. I'm just, and then Niles, so I had to get help from him. He's like, well, what about the show we're watching? I'm like, oh yeah, I love it. So right now we started watching Slow Horses on Apple,
Ooh, okay,
and we're only 2 seasons in. It's, I think four, I don't know, is it 4 seasons? Something like that.
okay,
It is so good. We are
mm,
loving it. And they're each like 6 episodes long. It has
okay,
Gary Oldman
yep,
starring in it. And like it is so good. And we had heard from people like it's really good. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
we gotta watch it, but we just weren't getting around to it. And so finally we can.
yes,
And it's hard to find a show that Niles and I like together. Like there's a
yeah.
ton I like, there's a ton he likes.
But
Occasionally
that overlap, yeah,
the overlap, and this one is we're both really into it. So yes, the
nice.
horses, and we were looking forward to starting season 3, but we want to wait till like, Niles has
You
his
have the
birthday
brain power to do it,
celebrations.
yeah,
Yeah, like, tonight when we got dinner, I just sat down. It was like, okay, it's just Big Bang is on TV. That's
yeah,
all my brain can take right now.
yep,
But yeah, so that one
nice, very cool, very
recommend
cool,
that one. So yeah.
sweet.
All right. Well,
Okay.
this was fun. It's fun to
Yes.
reminisce about The Office. Makes me want to watch some
Yes.
episodes
I
again. And I,
know.
I had, I have been a faithful listener of The Office ladies, but I stopped, and not for any other reason than it just, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And I need to get back into it because I always enjoyed listening to episode and then watching the episode and
Yes.
seeing what they said. And I
Yes.
love that kind of stuff. So,
Oh yeah.
and I did get their book. Have you read their book?
I have it. I haven't read all of it. It wasn't because it's such a big like I flipped
Yeah.
through and looked at the pictures, but I haven't sat and read through the whole
It's
thing.
really
But
fun. It's really
yeah.
cool. So
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. But
Yeah.
yeah, so it was fun talking about The Office. And like I said, I think we'll do another TV show. So Abby and I
Yeah.
will talk, and we'll be back with
Yes.
another one. And then in the
Yeah.
meantime, we're gonna put on our stories. Phyllis, introvert or extrovert, we want you
Hmm.
guys to vote. So please go vote
Yes.
and let us know, and then we'll talk about it on our next episode.
Yep.
All right, guys. Thanks
Yeah.
for tuning in, and we will be back with another episode. See you
Thanks for
there.
listening. See you next time.
Bye.